what's up everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Resident Roleplay. This is a show where a group of friends and I get together and play homebrewed tabletop RPG set in the world of Resident Evil. I'm your host and GM, and welcome back everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
So after a little bit of a brief hiatus, we're back at it, picking up from the cliffhanger from a few weeks back. So, before we get into things, we just have a couple of announcements to start with. First off, coming this next week, we will be having the final NPC playlist of the campaign is going to be releasing with a new poster. So be on the lookout for Elliot Walker's playlist coming around the 1st of next month in July. So that's quite exciting. I've seen the poster and it is amazing. Lauren did a phenomenal job with this one. Secondly, we have a brief retcon from last time because we realized that Chauncey's maximum hit points were actually not up to date on Roll20. So previously when you were rolling your hit dice, your intention was to get up to full. So I'll allow you to retroactively roll however many more you need to get to full.
Sounds good.
But yeah, we have adjusted for what you rolled last time, and that's in there now. So yeah, I suppose we could just get that out of the way before we get into things.
There it is. That's all I needed.
There you go. All right.
I'm up to full.
Sweet. So, with that being said, previously on Resident Roleplay, as part of your ongoing efforts against the bioterrorist group known as the Manifold, you launched an attack on their facility in Port Warren, searching for archaea blood samples to create an AACT antidote. After defeating the infected locals, you looted the town and entered the main factory. There you looted some more, and killed some more locals, and discovered research on Project Titan. And this research indicated that Walker planned to upload his consciousness in order to control the Titan machine. You also regrouped with your evolved government ally Angelina Yang, who infiltrated the facility ahead of you. She revealed some of her gathered intel, including the fact that Samuel Emerson, the CEO of Emerson Industries and patron to the Manifold, was on site. She also revealed that this facility had created the enhanced T-Abyss virus used in the Manila outbreak. Joining forces, you accessed the final experimentation chamber, where you found only one diluted sample of archaea blood remaining in storage. After retrieving it, Samuel Emerson revealed himself, and so too did Elliot Walker through the monitors around you. Kevin announced his outrage at this defilement of archaea, while Walker philosophized and justified. But when he was rebuked by Katara, he ordered Emerson to infect himself with an AACT-enhanced T-Abyss virus, and in doing so, he immediately transformed into a massive aquatic monster, who then tore a hole out the back of the facility as he dived into the waters at the shore. You first attempted to run, but a scan from Chauncey's Genesis device revealed soft flesh beneath its hard shell. And, by his estimation, if it bleeds, you could kill it. So, that's where we last left off. So let me get proper soundtrack going here for this particular event. Alright.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
So let me transfer you guys back over to the map. And get this all up on the stream. So this is where you guys had positioned yourselves. So, this gigantic aquatic beast that once was Emerson glides through the waters at incredible speeds. You hear a booming voice just calling out, "Oh, how I wish you would come to see reason. This is the power of AACT. With Archaea's blood, the Manifold has already won. Now, let me finish this war, here and now." So, with that, initiative has already been rolled from last time. And Kevin, you are up first.
Oh, God help me.
Oh, I should also point out an additional factor that I didn't describe last time, which is, and as part of all this destruction, you see all this rubble here of the wall that got blown out. And over here, you guys do also see what looks to be some sort of generator that had fallen out of the wall as part of the destruction. But it's sort of sputters and sparks, and it's clearly kind of damaged and volatile.
Oh. Okay, well, first things first. Remind me. Do I craft smoke bombs instantly if I want to craft them, or...?
No, crafting takes some time, and the time it takes depends on the DC of the craft. But at minimum, it would be a minute, I think, is the shortest thing for DC 5. So, yeah, it's not something you would do in combat. It's something you got to prepare ahead of time.
Well, noted. Okay, then. Well, first things first. Kevin is gonna pull out his crossbow.
Alrighty.
I think he was using explosive bolts in it, so that's good. And he's going to aim it at this big fella.
Alright. Are you making an attack?
I am making an attack.
Alright, go ahead and roll for it. Which also, we realized since the last session that your proficiency bonus is supposed to be higher than you had it at. So...
I guess that would be one higher then.
Hmm.
Oh!
Ooh-wee. And wait, actually, with the crossbow, that doesn't have a bonus to the weapon, though, right? That's just a common weapon, so... Because your proficiency bonus was at, what, +4 now?
Right.
Yeah, because I think you have the +2 from the rifle, is what you're rolling for there. So what would the so without the +2 from the weapon, that would just be what, 24?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and this is an explosive bolt, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so you fire your crossbow at it and just, you see the bolt fly off into the waters ahead of you, and it just actually doesn't hit, scatters against this hard carapace, and the bolt just fractures. But however, the explosive does go off, and it has to make a mobility saving throw against your tool save DC to see if it takes any damage from that. It's a 15.
15 is... Nope. He's just under it.
All right. So go ahead and roll the explosive damage.
Okay. Just a moment here.
I believe the damage should be 3d6, if I'm not mistaken. You want to roll one more after that. Let me double check that.
That's 2d6.
Let me see.
Unless it's not updated. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's been updated on Roll20, but it has been updated the proper item compendium. So 12 points of explosive damage to him. All right. So that explosion goes off and just sends a ripple through the waters as the explosion also creates what looks to be some cracks stretching across its armored carapace.
That was my goal.
And yeah, that seems to have done a hefty chunk of damage.
I knew it wouldn't pierce through. I just wanted to crack the shell.
All right, so you using any movement or anything?
Kevin's gonna. Does Kevin see that electric generator over there?
Yeah, you all would be able to see it pretty clearly.
Well, he's gonna head over that way.
All right.
Yeah, that's good. And I think that's it for now.
All right, so that's the end of Kevin's turn. At the end of your turn, it is going to use one of its legendary actions to... it's going to submerge beneath the waters as you see it just start to sink below the waves and go out of your sight. It is considered heavily obscured, and it takes the hide action.
Oh, wonderful.
All right, so is now below in the deep waters. However, its stealth wasn't quite as good as it was hoping for, as the water and the tide doesn't give it the most optimal positioning. You can see a bit of a silhouette of it moving throughout the waters with, I think, just about most of your passive perceptions, or probably all of them. Yeah. So you all are...
Definitely my one.
Yeah. So you guys... So it doesn't gain benefits of a strong stealth, but it is still heavily obscured, so you guys still can't actually see it proper, so you'd be at disadvantage on any attacks.
Can I still see it with my goggles?
Let's see, what kind of goggles did you have?
They were infrared with a rangefinder.
Right, the infrared. Actually, yeah, with the infrared, that would probably get you a reading if it's within range.
Okay. I'll look within range.
Yeah, it's true, because with you, that would actually probably help. But it is submerged beneath the waters right now, and it is otherwise heavily obscured.
Okay.
So, also at the end of Kevin's turn, you do notice as it begins to submerge, some of those cracked shells begin to sort of crumble off of its skin, and its armored carapace seems to diminish a bit as it loses some of that shell.
60 feet, by the way.
Okay, yeah. So at the position that it's in, yeah, it'd be well within range. So, yeah, actually, I would say the heavy obscurement would be negated by your particular goggles.
Okay.
All right, so that's Kevin's turn. Next up is going to be Angelina Yang. And she sort of looks back into the facility where you guys came from and notices that the doors behind you are closed.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sorry about that.
What?
But
I literally just picked it up to look at it because it vibrated, and I totally forgot to mute it yet. Sorry.
sorry.
And I had it like right up against the microphone.
But she looks back and notices that the doors behind you have been closed, and she's kind of just like, dang it, having known that her hunter was behind there. But she's like, well, best leave him out of this. He's not going to be able to do too much on the waters anyway. And she's going to advance and get to sort of better positioning. And He's actually going to go ahead and actually start blind firing into the waters and see if she can't hit anything. So she draws both of her dual handguns and starts to start firing shots into approximately where she saw it was last positioned. But these are going to be with disadvantage. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
No, yeah. So that actually... I think that jams one of her guns. So the first gun just like... dang it. As it misfires and gets a little bit of a feed jam. But she is going to take aim with the other gun and attempt another attack. Which also does not hit, as she's just blind firing into the water. But she does have Gun Fu, so she's going to use her bonus action to clear a jam on her firearm. So yeah, she's just like, you see her just racking the slide and trying to clear the jam, which she manages to do, and she's going to move a little bit off to the side, but I think that's all of her movement. So that's going to be the end of her turn. Next up is going to be Katara.
Oh yeah. So seeing as this thing went under, she's just gonna pull out. Actually, I'll ask this question real quick, and it's when holding an action to basically attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're only getting the one attack. You're not getting your extra attack.
No, you get the full
are
action.
You getting?
Yeah, so you would get the
Okay,
extra
you're getting
attack.
Okay. If anything, I'm gonna have her with the grenade launcher ready. So when this thing comes out, she's going to go through and just use that full attack to just fire off explosive rounds at it.
Gotcha.
Once it comes back up.
Of course. So you're just holding your action. You staying put otherwise?
Yep. She's staying put.
All right. So you don't find yourself having to wait long, actually, because at the end of your turn, it's going to use one of its legendary actions to resurface, and it is going to swing. Actually, it's going to swing at Kevin since he last attacked it with its tentacle.
Okay.
Which it is within reach for that. Yeah, he is within reach.
Hey, what's my armor class? Okay.
That's a 24 to hit.
Oh, man. Yeah. AC is 17.
All right. So that's going to be 13 points of bludgeoning damage as a tentacle just shoots out of the water and smacks against your side and sends you reeling off a few steps.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it would be.
That didn't roll too well. But it is now...
That's not comforting.
It is now revisible back at the surface, if I can find that layer. Here we are.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh yeah, and then just 2 grenade launcher rounds just...
All right. So actually, it just has to save against these.
Yep.
That's...
So against the first one, that's, I think, a fail.
Negatory.
That's a fail.
All right. And against that one...
Fail.
That's another fail. All right, so you launch those 2 grenade rounds and watch them scatter into fragmentation against its armored exterior, and you see again those cracks building up throughout its carapace, and by the time your turn comes to a full close, you notice some of those some of that shell begin to peel away and fall into the waters.
Cool.
So you're denting away at it. And those explosive rounds, might I add, it just seem to be doing a solid chunk of damage, perhaps more than you're anticipating.
Mm-hmm.
But that is going to be the end of Katara's turn. Next up is going to be Chauncey.
Ooh, think I'm just gonna have to keep lighting this thing up.
All right.
Okay, I'm with the match. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna go over here, kind of get cover, and I'm gonna go prone
All right.
and 249 saw straight at this thing.
All right. So you set up your bipod on the ground and start unloading.
Yes, sir. So many numbers, I'm sorry. 3 for the gun, 3 for the person, 5 for the efficiency. Yeah. Yeah. Right. 3 for the gun, 3 for the mobility, and 5 for efficiency. Roll. There it goes.
That's a D12.
Oh, that is not what I wanted to roll. My bad. Didn't change that part. Changed everything else but that part. 22.
22 unfortunately doesn't hit, so your bullets are just sparking against its outer shell.
I'll roll it again. Good tap.
15, still not hit. Still not breaking through or hitting any of that available soft tissue that has been unearthed by some of these detonations.
Ooh, has Chauncey met his match?
Never. Yeah, let's go ahead and action surge
All right.
for 2 more attempts at this guy. Oh,
17 doesn't hit.
this is outrageous. 25.
25 does manage to hit.
Alright, there we go. At least we're getting somewhere now.
The rest of you just hear a firestorm as Chauncey's just prone over there going unloading downrange, and you see a bunch of rounds just lighting up the... It's nighttime right now, so you see just, those shots lighting up the general vicinity as those bullets streak across, and some spark across its shell, but some manage to find flesh and make it bleed.
17 points of damage.
All right.
Let's go ahead and use a maneuver point.
All right.
And
What
think
trick shot
it's-
are you doing?
yeah, I need to look. I think it's the one that stuns.
Oh, the limb shot?
Yeah, limb shot. That's the one.
All
I'm
right,
looking
so that'll
for.
be a con save for this
Yes,
creature.
sir.
The Act Abyss. The 24.
Oh yeah, that succeeds.
All right, so does not get stunned. All right, so is that going to be the end of Chauncey's turn?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay behind that wall.
All right. So that's going to end your turn. At the end of your turn, it is going to use its last legendary action for the round to make another tentacle attack, and it's going to level this at Katara, who is
All right.
seems to have posed a bit of a threat with those explosives as well. And targeting you, it comes at you with one of the many tentacles it has swiping across this beach.
Oh yeah, that hits.
All right, you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage
All right.
as it comes by and just whacks against you.
She's ah.
And that is going to bring us to Nuria's turn.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The electrical thing over there, does it have like loose wires? kind of around it?
Yeah, it does have some kind of loose wiring and all sorts of things that are just sputtering and sparking and making it look quite volatile. It looks like it might be ready to just emit a burst of electricity at any damage.
So I had an idea, but I don't know if I'd be able to do it. I was thinking if she had went over and grabbed some of the loose wires and threw them into the water, because she has chemical resistant gloves, which gives her resistance to shock, among other things. So I'm wondering if that's possible. Is she able to grab some of the wires and throw them into the water? Are these I don't know how to describe the kind of wires, but the thick black ones you'd normally see on electrical
Yeah,
things?
yeah, they are pretty thick wiring, industrial grade type things. I would say with your chemical resistant gloves, you would be able to attempt such a maneuver, but it would still have to get pretty close for that to be, to travel through the water enough to be any effect to it. At least closer than it is now.
Okay. I'll wait on that one then.
And
Instead,
plus,
I'm going to throw a
you would-
cryo bomb then.
Okay, gotcha. I was gonna say, plus it would also probably affect any other creatures that are close enough to it if you throw those into the waters there.
See if he gets closer then.
Alright, so you're throwing a
Yeah,
cryo
he's definitely
bomb.
not strong. Let's throw a cryo bomb.
So he needs to make another Constitution save. He keeps rolling 15s on these saves. 24.
I succeeded.
So he's gonna have the damage
She
and not
was
get frozen.
waiting. Cryogenic. Here. Okay. 66.
How does the water look when she does this? Does the water get frozen at all?
That's that is a feature of the cryogenic formula, that it does create a small platform of ice within its radius. So, what exactly is the radius on cryo
Is
bombs? It's
radius. It's a 10-foot radius.
okay. So,
Any water within the 10-foot radius becomes frozen.
all right, I'll tell you what.
Takes half of that.
All right. Takes 12 points of frost damage, and just outside of its sort of controlling area here, and you all can see the highlight, the box around it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's its sort of threatening space. That's its full space right there. So I'll say the half that is outside of that sort of gets frozen and creates a small platform of ice that's floating on the surface of the water there. So there's a little iceberg that's just sort of out there that's enough to stand and float on at that vicinity.
Let's turn this thing into the Titanic.
So
Maybe if you wanted to commit suicide, you could go over there, but
So, with that bomb thrown out there and just explodes into a burst of white mist that creates this small platform of ice, and the rest of the mist sears over the surface of this massive creature and frosts its shell a little bit, but doesn't seem to do as much damage as you were hoping. As you hear a sort of, that deep booming voice and that very strange degree of intelligence that this creature possesses, just echoing out, just as he resists that.
And that's the end of her turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, the A-Activist is finally going to go. So, first off, it is going to start using its swim speed to maneuver around here a little bit. And it is going to get... We'll put it right there. As it swims close to the shore and sort of, again, moving at rapid speeds across the waters, it positions itself right there, and you see it's got many flailing tentacles all about it. But one particular tentacle surfaces at the front, and you see this orifice sort of at the end of it that just, like a whale shooting out of its blowhole, just erupts out a torrent of water in a 60-foot cone, which I've had these for a while, but haven't had much opportunity to use them. So let me bust them out for this, to figure who all is going to get caught in that blast. So that would be... Oh, hold on. It's not still snapping. Yeah, so it would be able to get the three of you. Actually, Kevin is just outside of it, but that's okay. So I need Katara, Nuria, and Chauncey to make mobility saving throws.
So this tentacle is literally right next to Kevin, in front of his face.
Yeah, you're just watching them just blast past you.
Wait. So it's just blasting water at me? Why do I need to roll mobility?
It's a mobility saving throw. So,
I mean, I'm already laying down.
Yeah, it's still gonna apply.
It's just gonna like slap me across the ground. Let's go.
Does anybody here have any particular damage resistances or anything like that? Of the three of you? I don't think so.
No, I don't. If it's to like bludgeoning or anything, no.
I'm only resistant to chemical stuff.
Like I have explosive, if that counts.
Okay, you got explosive resistance. Good to know.
Huh?
You got explosive resistance. That's good. Good to know. Let's see. All right, well, I'll go ahead and roll this all together then, actually. So, Katara fails. Nuria succeeds.
Yes.
Chauncey fails. So those of you who fail take the full 39 points of bludgeoning and frost damage.
Oh, Charlie horse. Oh.
I'm resistant to frost.
Oh, are ya?
Oh.
I can use my reaction because of my chemical gloves.
Right.
I'm not like behind this wall enough.
Wait, what? Okay, so what did it do altogether? So it's 39 of what?
Bludgeoning and frost damage. And I would say with that wall, I guess that wall might provide you some partial cover, which actually does help.
Yeah, because that was like that was the main goal of going behind the wall was for cover. I didn't want anybody else to know that's what Chauncey was doing, but I mean, that's why I went prone too.
I would give you half cover, which does give you a +2 to mobility save, so that would actually bring it up to success. However,
you still half.
Yeah, so you just take half of that damage.
If I'm already taking half of it, do I take half again?
Well, because it's so yeah, you're taking half, so that'd bring it down to 19. But then you're using a reaction to have the frost damage.
Yeah.
So that would be yeah. Let's see. Good thing I did roll it as 5d6 and 5d6, so it gives me that parenthetical to divide which is which. So that's 18 points of that is frost damage. So I'll say you could reduce that another 9. So that ends up being about 9 points of damage total to you.
Cool, 9. I can work with that.
So sweet. You actually managed to reduce that quite a bit.
But I still take full on half of the damage,
yeah, so
right?
you take
Okay.
18 points.
Okay.
Or to be 19 points.
I'll do 19 then.
Yeah, 19 points.
-1.
Alright, and that's going to be the end of its turn. That brings us back up.
Just like burr.
Yeah, so as this wave basically washes over this entire area, as it spurts out all of this water and just an extraordinary amount of just hydro-powered force washes over the three of you.
It is cold.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that brings us back
I'm
up to the
literally
top
laying
round.
in a puddle.
Yeah, you are practically flooded over there. So, back at the top of the round brings us back to Kevin.
Okay, so I want to do something interesting. Is this tentacle right in front of Kevin's face still?
Essentially.
Okay, well, he's going to take an explosive bolt out of his crossbow,
Alright.
and I want to see if I can do this. If I jab this bolt into it and then like jump away, can I do that?
I'll say, yeah, I'll allow you to attempt that. That would be basically an improvised weapon or a weapon of opportunity. So,
All right.
I'll say as a survivor, do you have? I think you have proficiency with all melee weapons, don't you?
1 second.
Because if so, I would allow you to add your proficiency bonus to it.
Starting proficiencies.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because
melee.
you're
All
multi-classed
melee.
into it.
All melee.
Okay.
Oh wait, multi-classed?
Yeah, because multi-class gets different proficiencies
Oh.
than if you started with that.
Hmm. Well, okay.
Let me check.
I was gonna say, I think it's like you only get 2 firearms of your choice.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, you don't get that the melee weapons proficiency with multi-classing into it. So I'll say just make it. Yeah, this will just be a straight non-proficient melee attack. So it'd be plus your strength if you were to attempt it.
Oh god. Oh. You know what? No, I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. Strike is -2. I'm not doing this.
Oh,
Even if I got a nat 20, it wouldn't be enough. Although,
nat
I
20
think
is a
that's
nat
what
20.
Yeah, nat 20 would still hit.
Yeah, nat
by
20.
crit rules,
Yeah,
but it
Anything
without
less
that-
than a nat 20.
yeah, anything less than a nat 20 certainly would not.
yeah.
Okay. So, no. I'm not going to do that. In fact, I'm just going to straight up hit it like I did last time. Another crossbow bolt. Just to the body out in the distance.
You do need to reload the crossbow after the shot, unless you have crossbow mastery or the launcher mastery where you could reload as a bonus action.
Hold on, I'm thinking. I am going to drop the crossbow and pull out my rifle.
All right.
And I am going to aim for the soft spot.
All right. You will be at disadvantage at this close range.
Ooh. Well. Screw it. I want to try.
All right.
It was. I believe it was a +7. Oh.
Disadvantage.
Yeah!
26 hits.
All right. Great. Awesome. Okay, I have the stats right. Okay. That's 2d10 plus 3. Okay. Could be better.
All right. So amidst the flailing tentacles, you do find a clear line of sight on one of the soft spots and just put a shot into it.
Is there anything else I can do here? Anything else? Well, I don't think I have any. Oh, hindsight. I don't think I have any extra actions or anything, so
All right.
Kevin is just going to back up a few feet.
All right.
Right there.
As you do provoke an opportunity attack, which it could take with its bite, even though its tentacle has much larger reach, but you were within range for its bite. So it's going to take an opportunity attack against you as you see this massive, kind of shark-like maw just open up to practically your size and take a swipe at you.
Oh, that's not comforting. Oh, no.
It's a 34 to hit. You take...
Yeah.
$30 points of piercing and necrotic damage.
I'm going to use that green.
Alright. And actually, you are grappled and restrained in its teeth.
Oh, no. You have to be kidding me. Yeah. I think I'm in caution. Fancy that.
Alright, so this massive maw just clings around you and lifts you up into the air as it retreats back into the waters. That is going to be the end of Kevin's turn. Next up is going to be Angelina Yang, who is beside it, and because of her gunfighting ability, is able to make shots at this range, actually, and not have disadvantage. So she's going to continue laying into it with her dual handguns. So first attack's going to be 25, which hits. Just roll all her attacks first. 13 and 26. So actually, 2 of those managed to hit. So as she's just firing a bunch of shots from the 2 handguns in her hands, that's going to deal on the first attack 11 points and then 16 points of piercing as it manages to lay some shots into those soft, exposed bits of flesh. But she is actually going to, since it had just used its reaction, she's going to retreat into this corner and find sort of cover there and stay put. And that is going to be the end of her turn. Next up is going to be... Actually, at the end of her turn, the Activist is going to use one of its legendary actions to make a tentacle attack against Katara.
Thank you.
After hits there, it's going to be...
Where is AC?
What was that?
Huh?
Future reference. What's Katara's AC?
It's 19.
All right.
Oh.
Right.
So 31 certainly hits. So as this tentacle flails out from it, you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as one of these swinging tentacles smacks into you. And now that brings us to your turn.
Okay. So, I guess this kind of like brings into a question, because I remember this happened last time in another session regarding being someone being grappled from an enemy. But if I were to fire into its carapace or whatnot with the explosive, is that going to hit Kevin, or is that not going to hit? It really, because I
Right,
remember
yeah.
last time it was like a depending.
I think we resolved it whereby basically you can shoot in an area that is away from him, because he's technically, in the position that we have him at here, just sort of at its front and its mouth. So you could, it would still be in its radius if you, like, say, planted your shot there, right? And you would be able to hit the creature without hitting your ally.
Okay, cool. Just like to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just gonna be another 2 shots coming in with the grenade launcher.
All right.
Though I am going to, with the first one, do an explosive enhancer and add another 2d6 to it.
All right.
So, first one coming in.
Let me roll that save.
18.
That is a 9.
Nope.
But it is going to use one of its legendary resistances, actually, to resist the enhance shot. So
that's okay.
Going to reduce that to 9 points of explosive damage on the first one. And then on the second one, it's a 17. What's your DC?
Yep, that just makes it.
Alright, so it reduces that one as well. But it does, those do still both seem to do a hefty chunk of damage as explosions kick up around it and start sending cracks scattering across its hardened shell. And it actually has to make strength saves.
So it only took 17 that round, right?
Essentially, but that's also, again, it seems to be, the explosive damage seems to be doing a little bit more than you're expecting.
Oh,
so
okay.
Kind of evens out. But it needs to make strength saves to see if it maintains the grapple on Kevin. So I think, yeah, both of those are natural 20 on the first one. So it maintains that. It only needs to... And another natural 20.
Look at that.
It really does not want to let go of Kevin. Those explosives detonate into the waters behind it and start cracking some of the shells off of its tail. But its jaws only clamp down harder around you, Kevin.
Huge dog.
Alright, so that is... still, that was all during Katara's turn. You going to use any movement?
That was all during Katara. I'm going to stay put where I am.
Alright. At the end of Katara's turn, that's going to bring us back to Chauncey. Well, actually, at the end of her turn, it's going to use another legendary action to actually start backing away into the waters a bit. It's going to use Swim, where it can move.
No!
It can swim 30 feet without provoking opportunity attacks. So it's going to move deeper into the waters, taking Kevin with it.
Oh!
My plan!
And that is going to bring us to Chauncey's turn.
What am I playing too? We go out of prone.
All right.
That's as far as I know what I should be doing right now. I'm pretty sure that's out of my range. No, it's not. It's still within range. So it costs me movement to get out of prone, right?
Yeah, to stand from prone is half your movement.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're going to is this floating? Like, do I have to jump on it, or can I run straight to it?
It is floating basically on the surface of the water. It's like a little bit of an iceberg, so it's got a little bit of a tail end that goes beneath. But as you start to wade into the water, it looks like it's, getting deeper and deeper as you go in. So it would require, I would say, an extra 5 feet to climb up onto it, because it would essentially be at your waist height when you're standing next to it.
Can I try to athletics jump from the shore to this? Oh, I fell through.
Hold on, let me put that to back. All right, you should be in front of it.
Like if I come
All right,
to
yeah,
here,
I would say if you,
and then I jump.
Yeah, if you want to attempt a sort of leap to subvert the extra movement taken, then yeah, that would be an athletics check. But you would have to take a dash either way.
I'm taking the dash either way. That's the whole point. I have to take the dash. But do I have to use my athletics to like as an action to jump, or is that
no,
part of the dash?
I would say that's part of the dash. But the athletics would essentially just be to subvert that little bit of extra movement taken, but you can still get there without risking anything on it, unless you plan to use more movement afterwards.
Well, I don't have, like, because it cost me 15 to stand up.
Yeah,
and
that's true. So you would have...
That would literally be the end of my line, but you said it takes 5 to get up, so I wouldn't be able to do it.
Oh yeah, it's true. Okay, yeah, I would say that's yeah. So yeah, if you would like to attempt an athletics check, you can attempt to leap onto there.
Okay. Put me there for now. 23.
All right, yeah, you succeed in wading into the waters, and before you get too deep so as to be weighed down, you make a leap off of some of the heavy debris and manage to land on your belly on this iceberg and hoist yourself up.
With that, I'm chilling. Like,
all right.
Literally chilling on an iceberg.
Chauncey's chilling on an iceberg. All right, so is that going to be the end of Chauncey's turn?
It is.
All right. So at the end of your turn, the Abyss is going to use its last legendary action to make a tentacle attack at Chauncey, actually, seeing him getting closer to it there. That's going to be 23 to hit.
Yep.
You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage. And that ends Chauncey's turn. Next up is Nuria.
Oak just gave me an idea. So, there's going to be a 2-turn thing, and I'm worried that if I... my idea is to have Nuria go over to the wires. Maybe not grab them this turn, but at least be there. Then to use a cryo bomb, like here-ish? But that whole, surface of water, around here, frozen, and then the second turn, she grabs the wires, runs onto the ice, and throws them at him. If he moves, I can't do that. I don't know what he's gonna do next round.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Do you guys think it's worth it? Should I try it?
It's up to you.
Sorry, I was on mute. If you can hit
can't.
if you can hit him with one and give me another platform that gives me one more spot out in the water.
Because I don't want to throw a cryo bomb at it while it's got Kevin in its mouth. In case it freezes and then hits Kevin as well, and then freezes Kevin and then Kevin dies.
But I wouldn't waste it just for just sakes of it. I'd just hold on to the
To me,
action.
grabbing and throwing the wires counts as an action.
Yeah, that would probably take an action.
Dang it. I want to go here. It's 30. I would have waited. If I'll throw a cryo bomb... If I were to throw it So that's a 10-foot range. That'd still hit him if I threw it there, and then
I think it still hits him as long as it's within that square, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because that
So
big
if I
square
wanna
that's
You don't
drawn
have to
around
hit
him.
the picture. You just have to hit the square.
Exactly.
if I
Yeah.
had to throw it here, then that's a 10-foot radius here. That doesn't.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
not hurting
choice.
nothing. You're
I
doing
know.
damage. You're doing damage. As long as it doesn't do damage to Kevin. So
I'm
as
gonna
long as
move
it's not
here.
within his range, you should be fine, right?
hmm
I'm gonna throw another cryo bomb here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna throw the cryo bomb at that corner. That
Yeah.
would leave Kevin out of its range, correct?
If I were to throw it here, since it's a 10-foot radius, would that also hit him?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's hitting the square.
Yeah, exactly. That's its
Throw it
space.
in like this. Throw it this square then.
All right. So throwing it sort of right here. So it is going to need a Constitution save.
Let me check my DC.
It's 17.
Ah, it just passes.
All right.
I think it rolled a 17 last time too.
It
No, I rolled
like
more than that.
23.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it
Takes
succeeds
half
on
of
the
this.
con save, so half damage.
Pretty good. That's 11, I think.
Yeah, that would be 11 points of frost. As same result, the frost goes over its shelled exterior, but doesn't quite constrict it. So that let me bring out some more platforms
Like around
here.
Oh, like square, like here-ish?
Actually, is it the frost?
Radius.
Yeah, true.
So is the frost like damaging it like specifically or just the shell?
It is damaging, yeah, the creature proper.
Okay.
I'll give you. Let's see. Yeah, how should we do this? I'll just give you the full bit there. Yeah, it's true, because 10-foot radius would technically be 20 across, so we'll say sort of about yay much. Again, because it kind of gets stopped at its shell.
Yeah.
Or at its exterior, so there's a big ol' chunk of iceberg there.
That's good enough. Alright,
Alright,
that's the end of New Year's round.
alright, end of Nuria. Next up is going to be the A-Act Abyss that once was Emerson. Gonna roll to recharge its water spray, which it actually succeeds.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So it is going to, but since y'all are quite spread out, I can use its movement though. It's going to move.
Is Kevin currently like a plug?
Right?
Jettisoning Kevin across the map here.
Let's not, because I would die. I'm pretty sure.
I just like the idea of Kevin going, oh no, no.
So he is in its mouth, and this is coming out of a tentacle that slurps up. So he would not be jettisoned, but it is going to use its swim speed to move there, and he is in the sort of safe zone though, given that he is right in its mouth. But actually, technically, I was gonna say technically it can't actually. Well, no, he's so small compared to it. I would say it doesn't really affect its movement. So, is going to maneuver over there and use its spray once more. In a 60-foot cone.
My plane.
So it's going to get the three of you again. And Angelina Yang is just out of range. So I'm going to need mobility saves from the three of you as that same tentacle comes up and just slurps up a bunch of water and sends out a huge torrent out of it.
Oh no, does that hit me?
Yeah.
All three of us.
Yeah, the three of you were in range again. So Chauncey, Nuria. Well, I guess Chauncey has advantage on his mobility saves.
Oh yeah, I
just
totally
wait.
forgot about that. It don't matter. I'm still gonna get damage.
This doesn't have
Oh,
knockback.
that's good though. That's half of it.
Yeah, that succeeds. Nuria and Katara both fail. So let me actually... Wait, I guess, Nuria, are you going to use your reaction to have some
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
gonna
damage
use my
again?
reaction.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to roll this separately.
I'm so glad this doesn't have knockback. Those Nuri would have become fried chicken.
So that's going to be 20 points of bludgeoning and 18 points of frost damage. And so for Chauncey, that's 38 in total. So Chauncey, you would reduce that to 19. And Nuria, you would just reduce the frost. So that'd be...
Oh, under 100? What is this?
29, I think, for Nuria.
Oh no. Oh no. I am definitely... Am I in danger? Danger yet. I'm definitely in caution.
And that is going to be the end of its turn. And that's going to bring us back up to Kevin. Top of the round. Still in its jaws. Wait, wait, it did take some damage earlier from Nuria, didn't it? So it's going to need to make a save to see if it's still holding on to Kevin, actually.
Nat 1, Nat 1, Nat 1. Not a Nat 20, please. Not like last time.
How much damage did you do with this crossbow? I don't think it was enough to bring the DC over 10.
And it rolls a 10. There you go.
Alright, so still not as holding on as tightly as when it rolled the nat 20s, but still has a firm grasp around you in its jaws. So, that's where you find yourself situated, Kevin. What are you doing with your turn?
Are my hands free?
Yeah.
I thought he was restrained.
Oh, you are restrained, yeah, so your mobility is a bit impeded, but you can use your hands, but you would be at disadvantage for attacks or anything like that.
Okay, I'm going to use my green.
Okay. That'll be your
Alright.
action to heal yourself. So the green would be 44 plus 4.
44 plus 4. $11. Okay.
Alright, 11 points of healing to you.
Is healing a free action, by the way?
Sorry, what was that?
Is healing a free action, by the way?
No, that's an action. That's a full action.
Okay. I mean,
I'm pretty sure you have health tablets. Neria.
That's true. You did. Nuria did give you some health tablets, which can be used as a bonus action.
oh, well, I'm gonna pop 2 of those then.
All right.
And, what's the roll for that again?
I think it was
For
1d.
2 of them?
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it's.
it's like... Where is it? Health tablets. Oh, I don't have the heals noted down. I think it's 1d4 plus... Is it 1d4 plus 1? And for 2 of them it's 2d4 plus 2. I believe. Alright? Yeah,
Let's
okay,
see,
I'm
yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's 1d4 plus 1 for each one. So if you're using 2, that's 2d4 plus 2.
Okay, 2d4 plus 2. Eight.
Another 8
Okay.
points to you.
Hang in there. And, can I try to break the grapple?
That would require an action.
Oh, should have thought of that sooner. Okay, well, I guess Kevin's just gonna sit here and twiddle his thumbs then.
You try to twiddle your thumbs, but there's a big old tooth in between.
You know what I mean.
So, yeah. So you have managed to fish some of your herbs and health tablets out of your pocket and apply some healing to yourself. So you're hanging in there now. Is that going to be the end of Kevin's turn?
Yes.
All right. At the end of your turn, he's going to use one of its legendary actions to again attempt. Yeah, she's out of range. Is going to attempt a tentacle attack at, we'll say, Chauncey. 27,
Yep.
which hits for 13 points of bludgeoning. And that's going to bring us to Angelina Yang is up next, who now actually has quite a bit of distance between them, but she only needs to get a bit closer to have it in decent.
Where's her monster?
range.
Her freaking BOW.
Oh, locked.
Yeah, I
I
got
think
cut,
locked behind the door.
yeah, I got cut off behind the door when it closed.
I totally forgot to ask where it was earlier.
But she is going to continue unloading with that handgun to see if she can do any damage. She gets 3 attacks using her bonus action as well, which is 13, 13, and 22. Unfortunately, none of those hits, and she just unloads some shots, but does not make any progress. That's going to be the end of her turn. Next up is Katara.
All right, so I'm gonna have her go through, and for the first time in an actual battle, I'm going to have her use a portion of sense and 1 sense infected for healing regen.
Okay, right. So
So that's her action.
yeah. So you focus on that, and your wounds start to seal, and some of the internal damage that being bludgeoned has caused.
Which is fine. And I'm gonna have her stick back for now. Actually, no. I'm gonna have her go. I'm gonna have her go here real quick. And we're gonna attempt the flame spray.
All right.
Huh?
She is tired of this guy.
From this distance?
Yeah, that's 15.
15 feet.
Hit the square. You don't
Yeah,
have to hit the image.
15 feet.
All right. This bonus action flame spray.
Ah!
22 doesn't hit. But it's worth a shot.
All
You got
right.
lots of those chemicals, I presume.
Oh, yeah.
So
And I'm just going to have her move. If it's an attack of opportunity, I'll just have her move back.
does not provoke an attack of opportunity.
Cool. Yep, I'll just have her move back here then.
All right. So that's going to be the end
And
of
that's her
Katara's
turn.
turn. At the end of her turn, it is going to use another one of its legendary actions to... It's actually going to attempt to submerge once again. And this time with Kevin in tow, you find yourself being brought below the waters as it dives deeper, and you have to hold your breath for a bit. But it is going to... still not doing a very good job at stealthing, but you all are generally able to tell its vicinity by the ripples in the water. But it is... Well, they are neither of them currently visible to you. And that's going to bring us to Chauncey.
So, not visible to me, being this close and like right above it.
Yeah, it dove into the deep waters, so it is currently...
I thought he still has the infrared
Yeah,
scope.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you
They
do have
still
the
have the
infrared. That's
infrared.
right. Yeah. So that negates it for you.
Okay, so I can see it visually.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I also see Kevin?
You can also see Kevin.
Is Kevin within reach of me? Like, if I jump into the water to get Kevin.
The flavor is generally that it's diving deep enough to put a decent amount of distance, such that you don't see it like just below the surface. So I would say no, yeah, he wouldn't be that close to you.
I'm going to hold my actions for whenever he comes out of water.
Okay.
And also my movement. Can I hold my movement? Like, let's say
You can
he
hold
moves
a
over.
dash.
Yeah, I was wondering if he moves over to this way, I can then move over to this spot and then jump in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I can visually see where it's going with the infrared. So can I preemptively know if it moves to be able to move to a better spot to oppose my plan?
Well,
actions?
you would be able to hold a dash action, but that would be the only action you would be able to hold.
Oh, then no, I'll just jump. I'll jump from here. Yeah, I'll just hold my actions. It's like my action is, I'm going to ride this thing like a cowboy.
All right.
So, I am going to attack it as well while I'm on it. Trying to break free Kevin.
You are brave.
I'm bold. I also need to get in your pockets and get all your explosive arrows. So, just as a forewarning, that's my plan of actions. Is I want to jump on this thing, dig in Kevin's pockets, and blow it the hell up with his own arrows. With his arrows blowing it up. So that's my course of actions.
Okay. So yeah, so that would be either.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain because I want to make sure I explain the held actions. So whenever it comes up, it's like, well, you didn't specify this.
Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, because that would require some movement and some attacking if you want to do both, and you can only hold one or the other.
I want to attempt to grapple on it when it comes.
All right,
and
when it comes by
dig
you.
through Kevin's pockets and stab it profusely with explosive arrows. So as many arrows as I can get off with my action surge. So like I plan on using my actions, all of them.
Okay, yeah, because technically when you hold an action, it does take your reaction to when the trigger goes off. So either way, you can only do one thing. So I'll say if you want to attempt to grapple onto it as it's going by, that would be something you could do, but then you would have to wait for your next turn to unload all the attacks and action surge and whatnot.
Okay, yeah, as long as I can like notice it moving, because I'm not going to shoot dead in the water because I'm not going to hit it. But I do plan on attacking it when it comes up. So
Okay, gotcha.
If grappling it is the best course of action to hold, then I will hold that action.
Yeah. I would say if you're just trying to jump on it, essentially, right, and get on top of it. So I would say that
like
doesn't
I always
necessarily
do.
require a full grapple.
Like Chauncey always does.
Yeah,
He
so
rides everything.
okay, gotcha.
This is just another beast under the belt.
All right. So you're holding your action to keep track of it and leap upon it should the opportunity present itself.
Yes.
All right, so that is going to be Chauncey's turn. At the end of Chauncey's turn, it is actually going to use its last legendary action to use some swim movement. And Chauncey, you're the only one. Suppose I could go ahead and make visible particular what you're seeing, but you're the only one who sees that it's moving.
Too bad you couldn't like bury it in the background a bit.
Yeah.
So the waves are over it. That'd be cool.
Starts moving in this sort of direction, which it seems to get under your iceberg a bit.
Oh, hell yeah.
But as it's approaching the shallow waters, the rest of you would see it sort of large ripples and waves approaching in that general direction. That signals its impending arrival. But Chauncey, if you would like to take your held action, you would be able to just dive into the waters above it. But it is
Now,
did
I have to do a roll for the grapple?
I'll say it's not going to be a contested roll, because you are essentially, this thing is large enough that you could essentially just land on top of it as if it was ground. But if you're going to, try and stay on it when it uses any more movement, that might require some rolls.
Now, can I jump towards the closest to Kevin, or is it just assume that Kevin's within this ball?
He's within this ball somewhere.
Okay, like, as I know, I can see him with the infrared, but like, if I just jump, I'm leaping. So I'm assuming he's just somewhere within this.
Yeah, so he's within
its
within its mouth. So you could leap onto there and sort of land on its sort of head region if you so choose. But
that's my home.
Gotcha.
The head region. Let's go.
All right, so that's the end of Chauncey's turn. Next up is going to be Nuria.
I'm coming for you, Kevin!
Did you go back under the water?
What was that?
Oh, well, it never resurfaced.
Yeah, technically it never resurfaced. I was just visualizing what Chauncey was seeing with his infrared goggles, but it's still, not visible to the rest of you.
You see me in the water.
That's true. The rest of y'all see Chauncey just dive from his iceberg into the waters. And at this point, his head is probably getting propped up above the surface.
What's the range of my hyper gun? Look at this.
Give me that good juice.
Give you the juice if you want.
Give me the good juice. Let's go.
I'm
about to just blast this thing with shotguns and explosives. Let's go. I need as much help as I can get.
I don't know what kind of good juice I can give you.
Give me everything you got. Doesn't matter if it works or not. I'll make do.
The thing I can really give you is anesthetic, which resist 2 damage types. Silly, that's the only beneficial thing in my hypergun. Other than
the only damage that affects Chauncey is his own damage that he does to himself. You can't prevent that. There's nothing that can.
Actually, it's 3 damage types for anesthetic.
I wish you could hold movement as well. If he resurfaces here, I don't want to be in range of another one of those blasts. I'm probably gonna die if I am. Kevin has all my healing tablets.
Take cover. It's the smartest move.
I think if he resurfaces, I'll be able to hit him with my hyper gun.
I don't know, because it is a large creature or gargantuan, so it depends on where the box is.
I want to go here. I could peek out maybe.
I think.
Thing is, I can only go 60 feet. Otherwise, I have disadvantage.
I can't remember its box size. I think.
I wouldn't be able to reach it from here.
Ooh.
I don't know what to do. What can I do? I could cryo bomb it. That's my last cryo bomb.
Give it a try.
Well, let me check the cryo bomb real quick. What if I accidentally hit Kevin?
You'll be good. Remember, you just have to hit the box.
Sure.
As long as you're hitting the box, you're hitting it, because that's
No,
how
I'm gonna
big it
hit.
technically
No, I'm
is.
gonna hit Chauncey.
That's fine. I'll take it.
No, the last time that happened, I froze you.
I
Well,
don't.
don't do that.
I don't. I don't think you're actually gonna hit. I.
Well,
I forget. What
kind of healing stuff do I have? Might just heal myself. Might be the best course of action.
Go for it.
Stay. Where am I? I'll stay next to here. I am. I'm gonna. Can I take one of my syringes out of the hyper gun and use it to heal me?
I would say so, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
Alright.
I only have one healing injection and it was in my hyper gun.
Right.
That was updated. I think that's 64 or was it 44? Changelog. It wasn't in changelog. It's in here. Medical jet, yeah, 64. Cool.
Forge.
Alright, so you give yourself a shot and just fill yourself up for 17 hit points.
And I think that's all she's going to do for this round.
Alright. So that's going to be the end of Nuria's turn. Up next, found my stuff here. Here we are. Is going to be the Abyss, which is going to surface. If I can. Here we go. It's going to break the
That's
surface
its box.
as it, and which as it does so, it actually breaks some of this this iceberg here and sort of reduces it in half and just as it breaks the surface there. And it is going to move a little bit sort of up here. And actually, I was going to move sort of a little bit more distant than that. It's going to move sort of right there.
I like the way we all just move in tandem.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
so good.
It's a whole
So opportunity attack. No.
No. Hold on. First, it's going to roll to see if it recharges its water spray, which it does not. So,
Yay!
it is instead going to use a multi-attack, which, as part of this multi-attack, it does unleash this massive sort of roar out of its maw, and you see all those flailing tentacles going about it. It is going to use a Frightful Presence, which everybody has to make wisdom saves against, including Angelina Yang.
Even me.
Yeah, most certainly you.
Most certainly. Funny. Wow.
I'm not expecting the best from this.
So Angelina Yang fails, Katara fails, Kevin succeeds.
Oh, well, hey. I'm brave.
And we need Nuria and Chauncey as well.
Wait, what am I rolling again? I'm sorry.
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I am not the wise.
So you get to. If it plays out this way, this is gonna be so sad.
Oof.
Oh no!
So you are frightened.
He just hopped onto its back. Roar! Oh!
I mean, Is it looking at me when it roars? I'm not scared of that kind of stuff.
Nuria also succeeds.
I'm gonna frighten it back, so don't worry.
So Chauncey and Katara are both frightened currently.
But technically, I'm on it, so I mean, it's not that I'm moving closer to it because I can't move any closer.
It's true.
So, can I still try to grapple it though, even though I'm scared of it?
Yeah. It doesn't prevent you from
Okay.
that. The only thing that frightened condition does
we going
is
for a ride.
it gives you, well, it does give you disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is in line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to it. Yeah, so that would affect grappling checks, checks and attacks. But with that, it is also going to use its multi-attack, one with its bite, and two with its tentacles. It actually can't use another. Here's actually what it's going to do. It is going to let go of Kevin out of its mouth because it can't use another bite while it has someone in its mouth. So Kevin, you actually flop out onto the shore there. I'll say you land prone though. But it is going to use its bite attack against Chauncey as part of this multi-attack.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I'm on its head.
It's going to sort of like
let's go.
flick its nose up, feeling you on its back, and try and catch you in its mouth.
Yeah.
Grapple me is just as good as me grappling you. Let's go, homie. I'm in.
23 to hit.
It does hit.
Oh no.
You take 20 points of piercing and necrotic damage,
I had it worse.
and you are grappled and restrained by it. So we'll sort of, put you by the mouth there. So again, that shark-like maw just clamps around you and holds you in place after dealing that damage, and then is going to use two of its tentacle attacks. It's going to do... Well, who's all in range now? Oh, for the first time, Angelina Yang is in range, so it's going to do one against her, and actually one against Kevin, who is prone, so it does have advantage on the attack. The first against her, going to be a 17 to hit, which actually misses her. Actually, because it misses, it's going to make another attempt at her. Because it wants to hit her.
It's like, excuse me.
Because she's just been unloading into it from the distance. So that's going to be 27 on the second hit, so it does deal some damage. That's going to be 19 points of bludgeoning damage against her, as she is frightened and now just takes that blow and just like is now terrified by this creature and gets knocked back a little bit. That is going to be the Abyss's turn. And that's going to bring us back to the top of the round with Kevin.
Okay, so I can't back away, otherwise I invoke opportunity attack, right?
Well, if you disengage, you don't invoke opportunity attacks. But unless you disengage, you wouldn't be able to.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm just so am I facing it or
It's up to you. You're just prone there.
all right, so I'm gonna face it and I'm going to pull out my crossbow and try hitting it. Like, let's see here. And you said Chauncey's in its mouth, right?
Yes. And you did reload the crossbow already?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So, okay, the range of. Okay.
Just know you can hit this anywhere and not hit Chauncey.
Like, does this thing have a head or something?
It does
Yeah,
have a head in which Chauncey is currently situated in the jaws of its mouth.
Oh, well. I'm just gonna forget it. I'm just gonna try aiming for the body and striking it again with my
Alright.
explosive bolts.
You do have disadvantage at this range. Are you remaining prone as well?
Roll out.
I am remaining prone.
Alright, so you're just sort of on your back and have your crossbow out. Alright, so make your attack roll with disadvantage.
Wow. Whiff.
So, 7 definitely doesn't hit as your crossbow again, or the bolt again, scatters against its hard shell. But is this another explosive bolt?
Yeah.
Okay, so it does have to make another mobility save against the explosion, as after it splinters, it just detonates, and its shell behind it is going to save. That's 14 against your tool save DC.
No.
Again, another fail. Go ahead and roll another 3d6.
Saving them legendary resistances, huh?
10.
Alright. So again, another explosion goes off behind it, splashing some of the water and sending some more cracks through its carapace.
Does that make it loosen its grip on Chauncey any?
It does have to make a strength save to see if it does.
I thought so.
Yeah, but
Which it succeeds, yeah.
Its modifier instantly makes it succeed.
You have to crit fail.
I'm about to wreck it, don't worry. I'm gonna wreck it!
And I end my turn.
Alright, that's the end
I'm
of
gonna
Kevin's
die,
turn.
but I'm gonna die, but you guys remember, I am gonna wreck it.
I'm gonna wreck it.
I'm gonna wreck it!
At the end of Kevin's turn, it is going to use its legendary action to do what it was going to do during its previous turn and actually use one of its tentacles against Kevin, who is prone in front of it, and is going to bring that tentacle down and smash you beneath it, which it gets advantage on that, which doesn't matter,
Oh,
but
wow.
it was 27 either way.
Can Kevin like roll over onto his back, let smack the quiver, and all his explosives go off?
No.
Obliterate.
17 points of bludgeoning damage against you.
Ooh.
That brings us to Angelina Yang, who is currently with shivering hands attempting to keep her guns up. She is going to continue rolling out some attacks, but they are going to be at disadvantage since she is quite frightened.
Don't we get to challenge the frighten each time, or is it every time for its turn?
Yeah, you have to. It has to be at the end of your turn. So at the end of her turn, she'll get to reroll.
Oh, at the end of the turn, that's right.
So another 3 attacks with disadvantage. Wow, I'm rolling a lot of doubles on these
Wow.
advantage and disadvantages, and that actually does hit. Oh, which I should note at the end of Kevin's turn with that explosive. Again, some of that indestructible carapace does break away and float away into the waters as more flesh is exposed. And with that 22 does now hit.
Oh, yeah.
And with her third attack, she's doing surprisingly well for being frightened. Another hit. So with shaky hands, she steals her resolve and just, yeah, let them go. And
BOW trauma.
Yeah, and just unloads some shots, but she's going to deal 3 sets of damage here, if it's going to roll. There we go. Alright, as she just lights this thing up and you see spatters of blood coming out of its soft tissue in the openings between the shells. And with that, she is going to take frickin' cover and put her back against the wall there and catch her breath as she makes one last wisdom save or rather another wisdom save to try and dispel the fear, which she is not successful at. And that's going to bring us to the end of her turn. At the end of her turn, it is going to make one more legendary action attack, this time against Katara, who's right smack in front of it.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
It brings another tentacle down for 29.
Oh, pow!
Dealing 17 points of bludgeoning damage. As it just,
Alright.
these gigantic tentacles are slamming down along the shore. That is going to be the end of its turn, or rather the end of Angelina's turn. And that's going to bring us down to Katara.
I am healing with a green-red real quick.
Alright.
So my action to heal with the green-red. Alright, so
32 points of healing to you.
thank you. And I am going to... So if I were to back up one square, is that an attack of opportunity?
No, it is not.
Okay, so I am going to... I'm gonna move back one. I know this is gonna be with disadvantage, but I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to flame spray it.
Alright. So bonus action flame spray with your catalyst.
So what it's 2d20 and then it's
Keep
2d20
lowest
KL1.
one. Yeah, KL1, yeah.
All right. Okay.
14
That's
doesn't
fine
hit.
though. That's fine. So she just kind of moving away.
Alright.
And what was it? I moved back 5, 10. I can move back here. So I'm gonna move right here. I'm gonna end my turn there, and then I'm going to attempt to. So it's at the end of the turn you can attempt to roll.
Yeah,
the
at the
wisdom
end of
save
your
again.
turn, yeah. If you end your turn, you can
Okay.
reroll that wisdom save.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Alright. So that ends your turn. Which, with that burst of flame, sort of invigorating your confidence, you are able to unfear yourself.
Cool. Yep. And then that's the end of my turn.
At the end of your turn, it is going to go ahead and use its last legendary action for the round to make another tentacle attack. This time, reaching out with sort of the one that swung at Katara, continues outwards and reaches for Nuria.
This is why I'm in his mouth, guys. Let's go. Oh, snap! Jesus.
That's a natural 20.
That sucks.
I think
Obliterate.
Well, it's only doing 4. It's only doing 4d8 plus,
Gonna be 26 points of bludgeoning damage as that tentacle snakes outwards and just
Oh, thank
basically
goodness.
crashes into you.
He's
Run
on
on.
7 hit points.
Ah.
That's going to be the end of Katara. Next up is Chauncey, though.
All right. So while I'm grappled up in its mouth, and restrained, I'm just going to let off all sorts of shotgun shots at its face.
All
in
right.
in its mouth too. So
You bring out the Hydra and you start unloading. You have advantage from that, but disadvantage from restrained.
just natural roll.
But then disadvantage from being frightened again.
I can be double disadvantaged.
Technically, it's not rules as written, but we've always done that with my sort of house rules, because it allowed you to get advantage as well on some occasions.
Yeah. But I'm in its mouth, so technically I shouldn't miss with a shotgun.
But you are restrained.
I am restrained in its mouth. Let's go. Yeah. All right, so I'm still gonna let off some shots,
All right.
and that is 8, 11 again. I feel like I'm missing a number somewhere. Yeah, 3, 3, and 5 is.
It'd be a plus
Yeah,
11
yeah.
for you, I do believe.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
First
So
attack.
23.
First attack does hit.
Oh, get wrecked, son. Go. 4, 8, 6. 31 points of in your mouth damage.
Whew.
Oh boy.
All right. So just you feel some what could only possibly be chips of tooth scattering across your body as you're blasting into its face.
Can I also have it go ahead and roll?
First, it has to roll a strength save to see if it maintains its grapple too. So that's going to be against
But wisdom
15,
save as well.
24. Wisdom save
Yep.
for.
Oh, for suppressing fire.
Well, you have to miss in order to use that.
Oh, I thought I had to hit to get all these.
No, yeah, the suppressing fire is the only one that triggers off of a miss.
Throw the con save again.
All right. Another limb shot. Hit its snout. That is going to be 21.
But it does let me go. Right?
No, it does not. The 24 does
It's
not.
at half.
Yeah,
It has
yeah,
to
it's
beat
half.
half.
Yeah,
I
it has
gotcha.
to be 15. It's 10 or half the damage taken. The DC for that.
Gotcha. And then, let's not be too bold, but I'm going to. Can I slide a shell into the Hydra to get another double shot off?
Okay, yeah, if you want to reload early.
Yeah, I'm just reloading the one shell, just boom.
All right, bonus
yeah.
action reload.
Yep, bonus action reload. Go ahead and pop this sucker again. It's not gonna hit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't
all
hit.
right, cool. All right, and then I just need to roll my wisdom again, right? To finish my
Yep.
turn.
That's the end of your turn. And you get to roll wisdom again.
Damn it! I am not the brightest. Pisses me off.
Still, unfortunately, you can't quite summon your will enough to not be terrified by your current predicament. Alright, so that's the end of
Alright.
Chauncey's turn. Next up, that brings us to Nuria.
Oh boy.
But it is now the creature you see in front of you has quite riddled carapace. It's no longer fully shelled all around. And it is bleeding profusely from a lot of different wounds, as well as out of its general sort of snout face region, which just took a burst of shotgun shells. So it's overall not looking too good right now. Not really rough, but it's taking some hurt.
It's taking some hurt. Let's go. Get hurt.
Okay. I'm gonna toxic injection.
Okay, you're gonna launch that out of your hypo gun.
Yep.
So go ahead.
Am I within range? Yeah, I'm within range.
All right, so
Okay.
go ahead and make a tool attack.
And that's intelligence?
Yeah. Well, it should be on your character sheet as well. There's a spot for the tool attack bonus opposite your DC.
Oh yeah.
It's all calculated for you.
Alright. Come on, hit.
24 does hit.
Yes! Alright. I don't think that's gonna kill it, but it might poison it, and that's pretty good. If that was...
So yeah, what happens after that? I think it needs to make a con save.
It is it con save? Con save.
All right.
Also takes 8d10.
That's a natural one.
Oh,
Get
yes!
poison!
Oh, whoa.
It is going to use one of its legendary resistances to overcome the poison.
Darn!
What?
Don't worry. Yeah.
But it doesn't actually have the damage, I believe, on this one. We had that conversation last time because it has the attack roll. It doesn't actually have this damage, so it still takes a full 41 points of poison damage as you launch a needle threading straight through a break in the armor, which just... And you see this basically purple liquid and fumes pouring out from that general region as it lets out a huge roar as it seems to writhe in extraordinary pain. And it has to make another strength save to see if it holds on to Chauncey. Which it still succeeds.
Alright, and then I'm gonna have Neria.
Head for the hills.
Completely forgot her name for a second.
Angelina.
Says hi to Angelina for a little bit.
All right.
Run.
So that's the end of Neria's turn. Which bringing us back down to the abyss itself. It is going to roll again to see if it recharges its water spray, which it does.
The thing I hid.
But it could pretty much only pick one target here because Chauncey is not going to get hit by it, so it's pretty much between the two of yous.
My plan is working.
So it is going to go ahead and point that 60-foot cone in this direction and just spray at Katara.
No.
18. Well, 18 does succeed. And
Yeah, I
that
finally
has-
succeeded.
Yeah. That halves 38 points of bludgeoning and frost damage. Just gonna bring that down to 19. Yep. It's just
That's been like
as it's like getting
the
hit by a
average
water
right now.
hose. Yeah, it seems to roll 38 or 39 pretty regularly with this.
it was 18, 19, and 19 for half damage. Plus 3.
Yeah. But that is going to be the. Well, it is going to use some of its swim movement to start heading back into the waters and see if it could get better vantage points on the whole shore. It is going to move over there, which actually destroys that. Hold on. destroys that little iceberg as it's moving through. Just, yeah, shatters it. And that's going to be where it ends its turn. That brings us back up to the top of the round with Kevin. Which I guess technically Kevin could have taken a opportunity attack with disadvantage with his reaction if he wanted.
You know what? Yes, I'm going to take. Wait.
Lob one of those explosive darts at it.
With
I
disadvantage.
haven't reloaded my crossbow.
Just lob one, like throw it.
It has to be a melee attack.
What I'm going to do. Wait, a melee attack?
Yeah, opportunity attacks are only melee attacks, unless you're a warcaster.
Is it melee if you beat it with the explosive dart?
I would count that as a weapon of opportunity. So if you just want to try and stab it with your explosive dart, but again, that would
fine. Why not? Let's
that would
give
just
it a
be
shot. That
would just be your strength modifier, and with disadvantage.
No. We've been through this.
Yeah.
We've
You'd also explode.
You know why it's a bad idea.
Yeah, you would also explode yourself. That is true.
Use your opportunity to throw me some while I'm in its mouth.
It doesn't work that way.
I was right there. My plan was ruined.
Wait, would it work that way? Could I do something that crazy?
I was gonna jack them out your pockets, but things happen, so...
Seriously, could that actually be allowed?
Well, what were you asking?
Could I, during an opportunity attack, instead of actually attacking, toss something over to Chauncey?
You know what? Sure, I'll allow as your reaction. I'll allow you to do that as they're splitting apart. You could throw that up to them.
All right, I'm going to toss him. I'm going to toss him 2 explosive bolts.
All right.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
You toss
I'm in
2
your
explosive
mouth.
bolts up to Chauncey as they split apart. Go ahead and make a athletics check really quick, Chauncey, to see if you can catch one of them.
Oh.
Or to see if you can catch both of them.
Do I have any disadvantages or just straight up?
Technically, you have disadvantage from being frightened on ability checks. So, yeah, you would have disadvantage on this.
Okay.
So this is a gamble.
That's
Not
23.
bad.
16.
You do manage to catch one of them, but the other
Okay,
one
enough.
splashes into the water not too far
Still
from Kevin.
floating though, right?
Yeah, it's floating. I'll put it, I don't have a straight up arrow, but we'll put it as a little pointy there. It's kind of...
Oh, boy. Let's go. With that little
All
point.
right. Okay, and it's my turn, right?
Yep, it is your turn. Back at the next round.
Well, Kevin's standing right back up. So that's half my movement right there.
Right.
And he's going to he's going to retrieve that bolt.
All right. Yeah, I would say you could do so easily enough with a free action.
I just put it as boom boom in my inventory. Is that okay?
That's fine. And now that it's a distance away, he's gonna pull out his rifle.
All right. You did attack with the crossbow last. So actually, yeah, it would either require your action or you have to drop the crossbow in order to pull that rifle out.
Drop.
All right. Let me. It's technically a launcher, so let's say it's dropped in the water right beside you. So you have the rifle out.
Okay, and that is. Yes. Yes, I believe that's correct.
If 21 doesn't hit, that shot ricochets off one of the shells.
Okay. And bonus action, Kevin's gonna pop 3 more pills.
All right, so you pop 3 more pills out of that carton of health tablets that you have. So go ahead and roll those 3d4 plus 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Heal up 11.
Mm-hmm. And end turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, it is going to use one of its legendary actions to send another tentacle attack over at Kevin after that shot. Get 29 to hit. Hits
You're
you.
rolling a lot of 29s.
Yeah, man. Hits you for 18 points of bludgeoning.
Just gonna. Oh, it's a war of attrition.
It's fighting back your healing. And that's going to bring us to Angelina Yang, who is still around this corner, just like, just looking at Nuria, just like, okay, this is pretty intense. And she's going to whirl around this corner and
Tell me about it.
try and fire some more.
I thought she couldn't move closer.
Oh, yeah, it's true. She couldn't move closer. So that's actually going to be a little bit of...
Should never have said that.
That's true. That would technically be closer to it. But she has a pretty decent line of sight on it, as is. But I'll give it a little bit of cover. We'll just say, like, half cover. And she is still technically at disadvantage.
Oof.
Yeah, she is going to go ahead and continue taking those shots with her dual handguns. Still keeping at it, laying down some fire. Oop, that's with disadvantage. This 21 doesn't hit.
Mm-hmm.
And second attack is going to be 17,
Nope.
doesn't hit.
Aww.
Well, she does have a third attack, actually. From offhand,
Nope.
it's still nothing. After that lucky spree of shots beforehand, again, she goes out all intense and just terrified by this massive beast, leaning around the corner, just like, just sort of blind firing out at it, and not penetrating beyond the shell. And she's going to stay here in cover, though. At the end of her turn, she gets to make another wisdom save. Still doesn't make any headway. That's going to be the end of her turn. Brings us to Katara.
Alright, so with Katara, I'm going to have her go through. And with these next two, because she has two more shots in the grenade launcher before she needs to reload,
All
it's
right.
going to fire off those two. And they will be... I will do them regularly. No bonus enhance.
All right. So it's going to make its mobility saves.
Alright. Yeah.
First one's a natural one.
Ooh.
Alright. $17.
All right. That one just... it is not able to get anywhere near out of the way as that round streaks across the air and impacts against it, and you see it explode and scatter into a bunch of small fiery embers against its shell and cause a huge dent there. Direct hit.
And that next one.
I'll go ahead and roll its save for this. This one's a 21.
Yep, that one saves, so that's 8. Okay, reduce to 4.
Wow.
But again, it deals a little bit more damage too. So, yeah, that one not nearly as effective as the first, as it sort of splashes and into the water beside it, but still causes a small explosion there.
Alright, and then From there, we will go to. From there, we will attempt that bonus action flame spray again.
All right. It is within range.
All right. Please. That is definitely not hitting.
Unfortunately
Okay.
not.
All right, and after that, she's just gonna back up to here.
All right. So that's going to be the end of Katara's turn. Okay, yeah,
Yep.
you're still well with... That is going to be at the end of... At the end of your turn, it is actually going to go ahead and use one of its legendary actions to... try and... start moving away a bit. Is going to get 30 feet of swim and start heading back out into the deeper waters with Chauncey in tow. But at the end of that turn, as it's swimming speedily away, you see that section of shell that got directly hit by that grenade round just peel away, revealing even more soft tissue beneath. And this creature is now, again, has a lot of its shell exposed, or it's under the skin beneath it exposed in this sort of raw, sort of red muscle that you're looking at beneath. You can now see a fair amount of it. It is bleeding out of multiple areas. It is suffering quite a bit of internal damage as the poison had worked its way through its veins. It's looking pretty rough, so it looks to be a little bit on the defensive here.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's going to be the end of Katara's turn, and that brings us to Chauncey's turn.
Okay, so let's ruin this thing's day. Can I? Well, like, so I'm restrained and stuff, but I'm frightened. If I don't attack it, am I still considered frightened? So I still get disadvantage if I attack something else?
Technically, it's on all attack rolls. Yeah.
On all stuff. Okay.
Yeah, as long as it's within your line of sight.
I can't wisdom roll first.
No, it has to be at the end of your turn.
Damn it.
With that logic, couldn't Chauncey just look up or something and then...
Well, it's within his line of sight, not him necessarily looking at it.
Oh, I see. Oh.
Can I close my eyes?
Well, and it's also worth noting that doing so would have
turn
the
off-
same effect, too, because you would be effectively blinded, which would give you disadvantage again.
I mean, I only have to close one eye, so it's okay. No, let's be realistic here. My thought is, I have an explosive dart. I don't have, or explosive bolt, but I do not have a crossbow. So
Right.
either I'm stabbing it with this dart bolt, or I am shooting this dart bolt. So let's go ahead and let's dig deep and just jam this sucker right in his face.
All right. So, and you have proficiency with all melee weapons, right? So,
Oh hell yeah!
yeah,
Let's
I
go.
will allow you to add your proficiency to such a melee attack. So, strength
Okay.
plus proficiency bonus with disadvantage because it is still an attack.
Correct. Efficiency and boop.
Please don't waste it.
What happened? Oh.
That is the crit for me. Damn it! Ow!
Ah.
Like, I've been wanting a crit all day with a 19. I've just wanted it one time. It gives it to me
Unfortunately
in
not.
a bad roll. So
you-
like, I'm swinging at it and I'm missing.
Essentially, yeah. Well, you're just impacting essentially along the shell that is across its face, not digging in. Or rather,
it's
not digging
like
in enough to hurt
causing-
it.
So it didn't cause the bolt to
Sorry about that.
explode, though.
No. Well, actually, technically, when if it's used out of a crossbow, I think the explosive triggers on a hit or a miss. So the question is whether the same
rule, whatever
whether
you
the same
want it to
logic
be,
applies.
I'm okay with it. You say it didn't go off, it didn't go off.
I'll say roll a d20. We'll give it a 50-50 chance. Highs are
Okay,
it goes
Let's
off.
go. If I get a high number and then when I roll my wisdom next and I get a low number, I'm blaming this on this roll. Okay, no, it
Does not go off.
pathetic with these natural rolls. I need modifiers.
That's one of your
and
attacks.
I am going to attempt another strike at it. I'm just trying to gouge it because I'm kind of restrained. Just like
Yeah.
so I get it to go off.
Your arms are waving wildly onto this thing's mouth.
Yeah. It looks like I'm drowning. Oh my god! Why? Why is this a thing? It hurt me twice. Ah, damn it. Give me a high number this time. There we go.
Oh, and you get your crit.
We're good. That's
a crit
We're good.
still.
So, crossbow damage is... I'll allow you to get the full crossbow damage out of this, since it is technically
Okay.
ammunition, and it makes sense used in such a way. So, that's a... technically, the crossbow damage is just a d10 plus modifier, but it'll be doubled because it's a crit to 2d10 plus modifier.
Okay.
And then the explosive effect is separate. Because
What is
technically, it would...
what is the modifier? Would that just be
Your
my
strength.
my mobility? Oh, my strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be 2d10 plus your strength. And then the explosive goes off separate to that.
That's 10. And the explosive is what's the damage on the explosive?
3d6 explosive damage, but it auto fails the save against it because it got hit by the attack.
Is it 3d6 and then 6d6 because it's the crit?
Technically, it is a separate effect. It is not part of the,
Okay, I just wanted to make
the
sure
proper
when I was
attack.
doing my numbers. So it's 3d6 plus anything else?
No, just 3d6.
Okay. Want to make sure I was rolling the right numbers. Oof. 17 points of boof damage.
All right. So you jam this crossbow bolt into it, like just slipping between the plates of its shell, and just it sticks in there and catches enough friction to detonate the explosive right in between it and blow off some of that shell. It deals a hefty chunk of damage. But I will say you also have to take that damage, since given that you were holding the thing when it went off. So you
That's
also
fine.
take 7 points of explosive damage.
This is the 7, right?
But you
Could be
see,
worse.
yeah.
It could have been a lot worse, but yeah.
So you see a solid
I roll like
chunk
garbage
of that
today.
shell fly off, and spurts of blood and flesh with it.
Okay, so action surge?
All right, action surge. You get 2 more attacks.
Bonus action reload my Hydra because I ended up only reloading 1 shell last time,
True.
so I was empty. Now I'm full. We're gonna go ahead and attempt to blast this thing in the face again.
All right, go for it.
Chauncey's just brutal. He's
Oof.
That one, the first one either way is gonna miss.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll it to get it out of the way. Oh, good. Thank you, game. All right. So the first one is a miss. Sad part is that's always my 2 shot. So here goes my single shot. Do I go bold, guys, and just go for a headshot as well?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
There's that
Why not?
disadvantage.
It is disadvantage, but I mean, it's only 1 shot. If I hit, does a little bit more damage. If I miss, I was gonna miss anyways, most likely. So, I mean,
Most likely.
the logic is there. It really is. I'll explain when I lose later. Let's go.
All or nothing.
Oof. So the 20.
Unfortunately, doesn't hit.
What?
It's fine. Wisdom save. Let's get this the hell out of here. You son of a bitch! Damn it! Oh wait! I missed.
What was that?
Make that suck. I missed.
Yo, yeah.
Wisdom save, please. I might as well use it.
True.
I might as well.
Gonna give
We're
him
gonna be
something to
frightened of
think
each
about.
other. Let's go.
Gonna be a 15.
Oh no! It's a 16. It's good. It's frightened of me.
So you're firing these shots off point blank. The shells are just scattering against its. The shotgun shells are scattering against its hard exterior. And you're laying down such a tremendous amount of firepower that, and seeing as Emerson's already on the run, he has something to think about. And he's just like, you hear the heaving, booming voice, the amplified, monstrous form of Samuel Emerson, just like, well, this isn't quite going according to plan.
I might be scared, but you're gonna die, you son of a bitch.
Then I'll just have to take you with me. And he's going to use his last legendary action to basically bring up a tentacle up to his mouth and just essentially smack himself in the face trying to hit you.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
With advantage, because you are restrained.
Isn't it disadvantage because he's frightened?
That's true.
So it's just a single
So it's just
roll?
a straight roll.
Let's just beat each other. Let's go.
24.
Oof, that's a hit. Wait, is he attacking himself though?
He is attacking you.
Me?
He's attacking you.
Okay. But he's hitting himself.
It looks like he's hitting himself, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Dealing 12 points of bludgeoning damage against you. Well, that's the end of Chauncey's turn.
I got this, boys. I got this. Don't you worry.
Next up is Nuria.
What the heck do we do now?
This is utterly ridiculous at this point.
Appears to be making a retreat.
Take the shot. I'll float. Whatever you gotta do, I'll float. It's okay. Kill this damn thing. Bubble, bubble, bubble.
Get there, but I can't get back. Because I don't want to risk it. I'm on 7 hit points. I don't want to.
No. Heal
So
yourself.
I go like. If I go through. That's like double movement. Dang it! Heal, but I'd rather have people near me to heal because this is my last heal.
Don't
I have
worry.
any of the health tablets on me.
I got this. Don't worry
I
about
die,
me.
dude.
Run for safety.
Was it?
Oh, nothing. I was just like looking at stuff. Sorry.
I didn't get to do my plan. Okay, I'll just use healing gas.
Okay.
Or do I want to treat wounds? Actually, do I want to treat wounds? No, treat wounds is useless at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna healing gas.
Alright. So you throw down a healing gas just at your feet.
Yeah.
Alright, so you'll heal yourself and Angelina Yang. You go ahead and roll.
Oh man, only 7.
There's 7 hit points to you and her.
And I think that's all I can do.
Alright. End of Nuria's turn brings us up to the A-Act Abyss. It is going to first roll to see if it recharges its water spray. Which it does not. But it is going to use its action on its turn to take a dash and get 120 feet out of here. And that's all it's going to do. As you see it going far away from the shore, leaving at pretty intense speeds. At the end of its turn, does it get to make another save against the Frighten? Johnson?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so
I think it's the same rules as Frighten. It's
Yeah.
just they get frightened.
Alright, it's going to, at the end of its turn, make a save. It's 15, still frightened.
Still frightened. Get wrecked. I may not have stunned you twice, but I did make you frightened.
So that's going to bring us back down, back up to the top of the round. So technically that brings us back to Kevin, but it is quite a ways out now. But then again, you do have a weapon with quite an extreme range.
Oh wait, so on a fail, they are frightened of you until the end of your next turn.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if they can contest.
Yeah, so it
But they
can't
would be
repeat the
frightened.
saving throw then. Yeah. So that that wouldn't have counted. Okay, so yeah, and at the end of your next turn, it will just lose the frightened condition.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. What's the range on this thing? Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Lots of range. Lots of range.
It's actually, if it got farther, it's quite possible that might have put it in your optimal range. I don't know.
It is. Okay, let's see here. And you said 120 more feet away?
Yeah, essentially.
They're 180 feet.
Not there quite yet. Not in my optimal range, but I am going to take a shot.
All right. Straight roll.
Please. Please. Please.
Oh,
23 hits.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
worth
gosh.
noting at the end of that, that last encounter with Chauncey too. Some more of that shell from that explosive damage did break off.
Roll that good Kevo damage. That wasn't that good a Kevo damage. It was good, but it's not that good. I can't get let free.
13 points of piercing as you take aim down the scope and just send a shot across the distance that spatters some blood off of its muscle tissue beneath the shells.
Okay. And Kevin's going to pop another 2 tablets.
All right, that's your bonus action.
2d4 plus 2, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so is that going to be the end of Kevin's turn?
Yeah.
All right. At the end of your turn, it is actually going to use one of its legendary actions to submerge and try and get out of the sight of the rest of you. So it is now below the waters.
Don't worry, I can still see it.
Angelina Yang is up next, and she runs out kind of with her guns primed and just looking around, just being like, what? Where the heck did it go? Is it getting away?
It's got Chauncey.
Oh, great. She's gonna kind of use her movement to get up to here and be sort of looking out over.
I don't want to be a Stifler, but can she go there?
Yeah, she would be able to. That was
Okay.
25 feet.
She's frightened.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is technically true. But
that's the only
well, that's the thing
holding me
is
back.
she doesn't
Oh, there's
know
no
where
line
it
of sight.
is. Yeah, she
okay.
doesn't know whether or not just technically she's moving closer to it.
Yeah, that makes general sense.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because it's completely out of sight from her. So she's just gonna be here and be waiting and trying to figure out. She's gonna hold in case anything happens, but that's gonna be all she does during her turn. But she does make another wisdom save to see if she is still frightened, which she is not. She's staying put. Next up is Katara doing anything?
So Katara's just looking around and she's like, God damn it, we're not losing Chauncey. And what she does is she essentially drops everything but her stun baton, the first aid pouch, and her grenades. Everything else, the drone car, the keys, the bandolier, everything else is just dropped. And she runs over to the water and I'm going to use aquatic adaptation. And she's going to jump into this water.
Oh, snap.
And start using it's like with a grenade in hand, is just going through the water at this point.
All right. So you just start running across. You drop everything in your inventory to the ground at your feet. We'll place a little marker to represent that. You drop your entire inventory off at inside the facility and start running and start mutating into an aquatic form as you're running across. Angelina's seeing this as you go by and dive into the waters. So you can now swim as your regular movement.
Yep. And probably so all together from running there into the water is 5 from running there into the water, unless you have your 2 different movements technically count.
Well, they would both be basically from the same movement total. So what's your total movement?
50.
Yeah, so you'd be able to get 50 feet from where you started. It would just continue to go off the same movement.
Okay, so she's in the water, underwater.
Mm-hmm. And you're able to breathe underwater too now.
Yep. So where she is underwater, can she potentially see this thing and where it is?
I will say make a perception check. With disadvantage, technically, because your dark vision doesn't reach far enough.
Can I hear it moving with echolocation? Can I feel it?
What's your range on that?
Let me grab that real quick. That's up to 60.
Okay, yeah, still not in your range. So make a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh yeah, she ain't seeing it.
Nah, she ain't seeing it. You saw the general direction they were going, and you saw it submerge below the surface.
All right.
End of Katara's turn. It is going to use another legendary action to continue trying to pummel Chauncey as it's underwater.
Full send.
Which...
Can you put me back on the map so I can kind of see how much my health is?
Let me see if I can... Let you there.
I guess I could just drag another guy out.
You could technically, but let me just bring you. There we go.
Yeah.
Did that work?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Gonna say I'm up here in the corner here.
Yeah. So yeah, you feel or see another tentacle coming at you through your infravision, which is technically still a straight roll since it's frightened. So it's 33 against you, and it's going to deal 11 bludgeoning damage. And that is going to bring us to Chauncey's turn. This thing, you see it dragging a trail of blood through the waters. You are submerged, you are holding your breath, you are in dire straits, but this thing looks extremely rough, and it seems to just be concerned with swimming to safety at this point.
That's all you're gonna hear is pulsating water. I'm gonna go ahead and light off some shots.
All right, light it up.
Obviously, I'm reloading. Just this is my bonus action to get that done. Let's do it. Advantage. 24.
24 still hits.
Oof.
Please just die.
Wait. Yes. That's 18 points of shotgun damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
And can you just strength saving throw 1 just to see if I knock it back 10 feet from me?
Well, seeing as you're killing it, it's definitely going to auto fail that. So
But I want to know, like, it
You
like
wanna
whips
know.
its head back. Like,
all right, for the sake of
And I
curiosity.
kind of like instead of it being jettisoned back 10 feet, I jettison up 10 feet. Like,
All right. All right, so you basically, again, blurting out your expletives and trash talk out of the bubbles. You position your Hydra right up against its snout and just basically rocket jumping yourself back, propelling through the waters as you see a burst of murky blood just dissolve into the waters like a cloud. This darkness that you could see on the infravision. As the entire form goes limp, you feel the jaws go slack around you as you're able to float away. And this form just begins sinking down into the waters below you.
And then with that, Katara is just full movement swimming over.
All right.
kind of just like dead man float, but I'm on my back, like, oh, look, I got it. Shotgun still in hand.
So how far out was he? Because I'm like, I know I could go like 100.
I was
Yeah, you could go
180
100.
feet last I recall.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you could go another 100. He would still be outside of your range, and you're going underwater because you have no idea that he's surfaced at this point. But you can make another perception check with disadvantage.
With her echolocation, here we go.
18.
With
Oh, he's
18,
talking shit.
with an 18, you could tell readily enough where he is, and you, after swimming for some while, a few seconds later, you eventually realize, and you get a tingle in your echolocation as you pass beneath him, that he is above you at the surface. And although it is dark, right, it's night out, and so in the waters, it's basically pitch black below you, and just barely any light above you, but you see him silhouetted by the moonlight at the surface as you see his kicking feet keeping himself afloat at the surface, and you're able to go up to him.
Yeah, she just comes up. She's like, Chauncey.
I killed it.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Come on, we're going to get you back to shore.
Yeah. About that. I'm all wet. Tired.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when we get back, you can rest. Thank God. Don't scare me like that. Pat, pat.
I never lose. You know, I've lost multiple times, but I never lose in Chauncey's mind.
All she was getting was flashbacks to being on the rooftop,
Taco.
watching him getting beat down. She was like, not again. Not again. Yeah, retroactively, just kind of like on the way back. Can I just give this man a green red?
Sure, yeah, you could do that easily enough. Or at least to get back to the shore where you don't have to worry about soiling the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you start.
Yeah, I'm
patching
not
him up.
bleeding out. We're good. Just hold on to that till we get to shore.
All right. Then eventually just get to shore,
Hmm.
and then I will roll that.
All right.
Get that 34 HP.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm rejuvenated.
And just comes out of the water, just with drag it out Chauncey, and then just heal. She's like, ah, I'm back.
Oh, yeah. Is he all right?
Yeah, he beat up. He killed Emerson.
Oh, holy crap! Way to go there, Ahab.
Yeah. This ain't my first rodeo.
Except Ahab died, so. But you're better than Ahab.
Oh, always. If I said to fight, I said to kill. I killed it. We're good.
Kevin's gonna go over there and grab his crossbow off the ground.
All right. You collect your weapons. And Katara, you're able to collect your belongings if you so choose.
Yeah. I should just pick everything back up.
It's not another
Nah.
minute or two before you hear over the comms the pilot calling back in, just like, shh. How's everything? Is everything all right over there? We still need to scramble the birds.
No. We killed it.
Understood, sir.
But we do need evac.
Copy that. Touching down in T-minus 1 minute.
Is he touching down back at the other town, or is he actually touching down here in the city?
I see. Yeah, and I assume you are able to guide him and then give him some navigation coordinates to land at this town.
Okay.
Have Katara just kind of go over to Neria, wherever she is. Just,
Should be coming out of a little tiny spot.
she's like, hey, you alright?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, good. Gives a hug with wet clothing. Gilly.
No, oh.
Where's Angelina?
She's coming out from her cover behind that iceberg, now stealing her resolve. I'm glad to see everybody kind of reunited. Reloads and holsters her handguns and is just like, well, that was quite the series of events.
Yeah.
Kevin walks over to Chauncey, and he says, "Thanks, Captain. You saved my life again. Appreciate it. If you want," he reaches in his pocket and he pulls out the blood sample. "You can have this."
Sorry, I was distracted. What I miss?
Okay.
Sorry, I had things I had to answer the phone real fast.
All right. Kevin walked over to Chauncey and he's thanking him for saving his life. And he reached in his pocket and he held out the blood sample, Arcea's blood sample. You want this?
Yeah.
I mean, it's special to me, but it's special to you too, so you can have it.
It's special to a bunch of people at the moment.
I suppose it would be.
I thank you for that.
Yeah. He just hands it over.
All right, so
I
it's
accept it.
take the blood sample. It's not another minute before the helicopter finds its way to your end of the port town. It basically hovers above the shore where you're at and throws down a ladder. You all are able to climb
Just
aboard.
chill.
And the pilot flies you all back home, back stateside, back towards Camp Clancy. It'll be pretty late in the night by the time you guys arrive, or early in the morning, I should say. But you are able to return, land the chopper at the hangar, and make your way back to the camp proper, if you're in search of a long rest after all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at this point, Ennio would have returned to the camp a good while previous to all of you returning. And you would have, of course, you heard the report earlier that the results of her mission, that the Ares exosuit had been retrieved, but Mr. G was MIA. And I assume you guys are getting the blood sample to the R&D team to start working up that AACT G virus antidote with the assistance of your new prisoner recruit.
Parts of her prisoner recruit.
Yeah.
Alright, so you hand that off as you guys are making your way through the R&D area to get work on that begun effective immediately. And Frederick Downing promises to deliver a report, possibly within another day or two. As you guys, in the early morning hours, tired and beaten, are making your way to Camp Clancy and to the manor proper, have everyone make perception checks really quick.
Uh-oh.
Son of a bitch.
What is my perception? There's my perception.
That's my perception.
And they say this is just like straight, like.
Oh, come on.
I guess Chauncey would get advantage. Situational awareness applies.
I mean,
Oh, I thought that 19 was
it's not
mine.
20 that bitch now. Never mind.
18 for me.
Or 12.
All right.
Or would have retroactively
We got a
reloaded my stuff.
24.
So, most of the party is moving along and content to just get back to the barracks for an early rest. But as you're walking across the fields, Chauncey, you're the only one who noticed something's kind of amiss as you hear a little bit of a sound in the bushes behind you. Everyone else keeps walking on, but you turn back. And you do notice, limping into the field, familiar figure.
I don't get that with my.
Who is it? Who's there?
Mr. G approaches out of the
He's
shadows.
alive!
I was gonna say like, I don't hear any of that. Just like out of the corner, just like I don't feel it. I don't get a ping.
I'm just like,
Not quite
as
yet,
soon as I
but-
realize it's Mr. G, I'm like, yo, guys. Just like get everybody's attention on it.
Katara stops and she's
And
like,
kind of like
huh?
rushing over to him to help.
"Oh, wait!" Rushes over.
Good. Get back to the camp. Go. And he's just, you can see he's running as fast as he can, but he's really slow.
I throw you up over my shoulder.
And that is
I
where we're
do
going to
like
end
it.
tonight's session.
I don't.
He's bleeding heavily.
I throw you up over my shoulder.
All
Like
right.
a quick treat wound while we're running.
Sure, yeah, I'll let you roll the treat wounds right now. But yeah, that's
Do I
going to
have
be
to,
where we bring tonight's session to a close as Chauncey throws Mr. G over his shoulder, and he, as Mr. G instructs you all to get back into the camp.
Watch this good heal.
Not gonna be a good heal.
Let's watch this good heal.
Now watch this. Watch this. Max. Almost.
Not bad. 11 points of heal into you, Mr. G. So,
That's actually pretty significant.
yeah, for you it is.
So what does that look like now? Is just get back to the camp. Actually, go back to camp.
Now, question.
That brings me up over.
Question. On the helicopter ride back, were we considerably able to take a long rest?
Not a long rest, no.
No, it wasn't that far away.
No.
A short rest?
Yeah, you could have taken a short rest if you so chose.
Oh yeah,
It's 8
please.
hours. Remember.
Oh yeah, 8 hours. That's right. I keep thinking it's 1 hour, but that's the short rest. Can I roll off now, or you want to end session
Same.
at the beginning?
Yeah, we could go ahead and roll that off all now, so that we could get right into the action next time.
I'll describe Mr. G a little bit more.
All
With
right.
that heal, that,
Wait. I didn't
What
want
was
to do that. I messed up on the roll.
That'd be a mega heal.
I only wanted to take like 3 of them. I'll take 4.
What's my current health at?
but that heal does bring me like above danger, so he's not panting anymore.
And I get Constitution per dice,
Yeah,
right?
per dice.
Okay. That's 21. Boom. Oof.
Yeah, you still had 7 dice left over after all you used that port one?
Yeah, because I used it, but I took the short rest, which gave me half back.
No, short
That's
rest
all,
does
long
not
rest.
give you a half back. Only long rest does.
You only can use on a short rest.
Then I don't know, probably like 3, because I don't even remember how many I gave myself last time. I think it was 3. Just reroll.
Alright,
I
so-
don't want that.
I used 4. I used 4 of my D10.
Do 9.
I'm
on
gonna
that.
use 2 of my D6.
How many hit that?
Okay.
How many hit dice would I have?
So
Well, 1 per level for each
Okay.
class.
20, 29. I'll do 29 on it.
Okay, so that's 9 hit dice. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, some of them are D10s and some of them are D6s for you.
Not that
Okay.
fucked up.
Half of mine.
What I'm going to do,
I didn't have my constitution,
I'm going to use 3 D10s.
All right.
but I used 5 of those and my con is 1. So that's easy. That's just funny.
Are there any modifiers for this?
Yeah, you add your
Constitution.
Constitution modifier to each roll.
Per dice.
Yeah, per dice.
Oh, so that's, in that case, that would be...
You can only use half our hit dice on a rest, right?
No, you could use as many hit dice as you want when you rest, but you only regain half of them back per long rest.
Oh, okay.
Can I have used a sense infected for
Oh,
check?
yeah. Hey, I'm at max.
That is something you can do.
Oh, you're doing your regeneration, right? Yeah. Getting some extra healing. That's true, and you get those sense infecteds back on a short rest.
Yeah. I'm gonna real quick just. What?
That's
Hey,
technically.
same.
I was gonna say that would technically be perfectly average for just the dice rolls, but with your con modifier,
Yeah.
that's low.
Yeah, I'm good where I am now.
All right. So, like I said, that's going to be where we end tonight's session. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll pick up next time. See y'all later. Peace. Squared. Have a good night. God bless.
Good night, sweet dreams, all the good things.